Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Cal.
I'm X.
I'm Drake.
I'm Huey.
Thank you guys for showing up. Let's get into it. Star Wars Jedi director Stig Asmussen has left Respawn with some ex-Respawn talent, and he has started a new studio called Giant Skull. His credits include obviously the Jedi Fallen Order, its sequel, and multiple God of War games. The studio's first Untitled project will be a AAA single-player focused action-adventure game built in Unreal Engine 5. This game will also include other veteran game devs from Epic Games, Riot Games, and Rocksteady Studios. Could have left Rocksteady out of that, but that's neither here nor there. Speaking of developers who have branched off and will continue and creating their own studio, Naughty Dog, id Software, and Activision veterans have formed a AAA studio called Empty Vessel. This developers will specialize in the immersive shooter space and aims to break from the traditional business models. They showed off their debut game called The System in a teaser trailer and says they are inspired by film, graphic novels, and games set in dystopian sci-fi worlds. They've also partnered with Doom composer Mick Gordon on their first project, so just make sure to look out for these two developers in the near future, just so we don't forget.
Oh yeah, that music's gonna be great.
Yeah, absolutely. Doom music is iconic. They got plenty of playlists online just for like the gen. I'm like,
Right.
I don't know if I need this. Multiversus, if you guys remember that was WV's version of Super Smash Bros. They're returning in May. It's been offline for nearly a year. The online was disabled in June of last year. Players were still able to play offline. You just weren't able to go online, play with friends, online. At the time, the game director said that we know there's still a lot of work to do. As a result, we have a clearer view of what we need to focus on, specifically the content cadence of new characters, maps, and modes to give you more ways to enjoy the game, along with updated netcode and more matchmaking improvements. We'll also be working the progression system based on your feedback and looking at new ways for you to connect with your friends in the game. The game has been rebuilt in Unreal Engine 5 and will be playable for last gen and current gen. Is it necessary to keep making games for like the PlayStation 4 and
So
PlayStation?
they took it down to work on the online, or to do all this rebuilding in Unreal Engine.
Basically just to do all this rebuilding,
Okay.
updating the netcode, matchmaking stuff.
I got you.
Because I felt like, from what I was reading, it just seemed like they didn't really have a clear vision as to where they were going.
Okay.
And I think the players also felt that too. But yeah. Moving on, Battlefield 2042 has revealed their Season 7 release date. It will start on March 19th. They got new maps called Haven and Stadium, and I'm going to use new maps very loosely. The only new map is Haven. It's located in Chile and is featuring an urban landscape. You're fighting amongst rundown business in what it looks like a desert type, not desert, but just kind of like an urban environment, like I said. Stadium, the other map that they're trying to push as a new map, it's not an actual new map. It is literally a section cut out of Hourglass and presented as a new map. For those of you who have not played Battlefield, Hourglass was like this massive map on Battlefield where it's just got long ranges of just sprawling like sand dunes, and it takes you so long just to get from different contact capture points that it's not really worth going there at all. Like, you pick a spot and you just stay. That's how big this map was. Ghost can actually speak on that too, because he was there with me complaining the entire time.
First off, it's the worst map ever. And then when you would run across, making this 3-mile trek across the desert, all you hear is the rumbling of a V8 engine. You turn around and get ran over by a vehicle. It's my favorite part.
And that happens all the time. I don't forget what that other snow map was called, but that same thing would happen until they revamped that map as well. Of course, with this new season, it comes with a new specialist, a new gadget, weapons, and vehicles, so make sure to look out for that in the next couple of weeks. PlayStation 5 has gotten a system update, system update number 9. It lets you adjust the brightness of your PlayStation 5's power indicator, improves DualSense mic noise cancellation through AI machine learning. The robots are in our controllers now. Sony, please stop. They're already, $70 right now? At this point, the controller, I can't even remember what controllers used to be. I think they're like $40 or something like that.
Yeah, somewhere about there.
Even the new DualSense one that they have that kind of competes with like the Scuff and all that, that's $200.
Yeah, I kind of predicted that. There is no way that controller is going to be anywhere in the range of $150 at all.
Yeah, but you can only imagine if they're going to put more tech into the regular controllers, how much they're going to be then.
Yeah, absolutely. They also let you interact with the share screen. So if somebody's got their screen up for their friends, you can use a pointer or indicate a location on the screen by pinging. The host has to turn on viewer indications in the share screen settings for this to work. But
it was like a laser pointer?
Yeah, basically.
That's pretty cool. Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, it just seems like PlayStation doing everything else but bringing back themes like they used to have on the PlayStation 4. I don't know how we went for, it's been almost 5 years or going on 5 years, and we still have not been able to customize the front screen on the PlayStation. I guess they just abandoned.
I feel like if they never do it, I feel like it's a waste of money from the previous year that was spent for the previous console.
You said they feel like it's a waste of money, like it's no need.
Yeah, looking back now, like if I knew that, because I thought when the PS5 was arriving, I thought themes would carry over. So all the themes that you previously bought would just carry over to the next console.
Yeah, I was hoping that too, because I had actually found a theme on it that I actually liked. I never took it off after I put it on there, and then of course you lose it when you transfer. But I just wish they'd bring back a little bit of customization, because they also had like theme music that went along with the theme itself on some.
Yeah, the live themes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Last of Us had really good live theme as well.
Yeah, they did a good job with those. My last story, major story anyway, Star Wars Battlefront Classic Collection has debuted with numerous bugs and server issues. Some players are already reported to seek refunds. Players are reporting limited server space. Apparently, there were only 3 servers for the game on PC, each accommodating 64 players. Yet Steam numbers have peaked at a little over 9,000, which means not enough space to accommodate all these people. Players said they were unable to create a server even though the option was there in-game. On top of the steaming pile of shit, players are even experiencing numerous bugs, crashes, and even missing cutscenes. Right now, the game sits at mostly negative on Steam. Apparently, this is not the first time Aspear has fumbled. Players noticed that the Tomb Raider Remastered Collection was more polished on Epic Game Store. Yet, when asked about that, Aspear said that the Epic Game Store was missing some assets or something along those lines. I'll look it up again, or Huey can go and look that up right now. But they have crapped on the memory of Battlefront. I just don't understand. X, you understand just as much as me how much we loved this game back in the day.
Yeah, it's great.
Spent easily over 500 hours playing this game.
Oh yeah,
constantly.
Sure.
I remember the
old school split screen, local co-op.
Yes, I remember you trying to get some kind of like specialty pistol. You had to do a certain amount of kills before you can get it.
Yep.
What does everybody think about this?
Let me just ask you the real question here, not to cut you off at the end of that. You know you're about to release something that was almost like a cult classic, right? Like where you look at each other in the boardroom and be like, 9,000's enough. Like that just doesn't make any sense. Especially when you look at something like Helldivers, where they're like, yeah, we're gonna have 10,000.
Yeah.
250,000 people show up. Like how you look at something and justify it and go, this is gonna be fine. No one's gonna buy it. When like generations, because you and I aren't far off of age, but that's a big enough gap of individuals that will definitely buy this game to release it that way. Like you almost might as well not even release the game live.
Not only that, but you were saying that online has changed as well since that time. So you got a lot more people. There are a lot more people online than there were back in the day.
Absolutely.
So you have to accommodate for that as well, and just having 3 servers online at launch is absurd. I don't know who made that decision. That seems insane to me.
They released something saying, I think this is recent. that part of the problem was that servers weren't showing up in the search list. I don't know how
Servers
true that
weren't
is.
showing up. Oh, okay.
Yeah. They were
Yeah,
saying
we also
that.
gotta
So
run that
maybe
back,
maybe there were extra ones. I don't know how many supposedly, and that you just couldn't see them. But that was the claim that I saw.
I feel like that's a cop out.
Yeah, yeah, that just sounds like some PR crap. I mean, we don't know how true it is. We'll never know. But yeah, that's all I had from either major stories anyway. X, did you have anything?
Yeah. The first thing I had was the Outcasts, the New Beginning, or A New Beginning is out now.
Oh, it's out now? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Did you already play or?
No, the only thing I played was the demo. But looking at the reviews, it's mostly positive on Steam. A lot of the reviews are saying basically it's a pretty good game, old school action adventure kind of game. But they think it's priced a little too expensive. So unless you are really into it, like the nostalgia, you play the original, maybe it'll be worth the $60 that they're asking. But for what I'm seeing, this looks like a wait till it's 40 kind of game.
How much was it?
$60.
Okay.
But no, visuals look great. Everyone enjoys the visuals. I was surprised that there's not that many performance complaints. Because, like I said, the demo that I played was in some areas. Yeah, in some areas it was really rough when there's a lot of enemies on screen. But no.
Did people give reasons as to why they think it should not be a full price game, or is it?
It varies from like it doesn't do anything new or special. It's kind of just like yeah.
So basically no innovations. It's just basically just brought.
It's a very pretty game with some pretty decent combat, but nothing that makes it
to wow you.
Right, nothing that makes it AAA.
Okay. I guess that's the same sentiment I got when I was watching the trailer, because I was like, I don't understand why I'm not excited for this at all. Because I like open world, but at the same time, I don't want you to give me a bunch of stuff on the map that I don't care about. Assassin's Creed is known for doing this. I talk about it all the time. When I first start this game, I don't want to open my map and see 1,000 question marks. I get a headache automatically. And most of these quests are not good. They're not good side missions. They're just fetch me this, bring it back to me, we'll give you a reward. I'm not trying to do that. You need to find better ways of getting my attention. The Witcher had some of the best side quests. Actually, some of the side quests are more memorable to me than the actual moments in the main story. That's how good the writing was. But yeah, well, at least it's mostly positive, and
yeah, like I said, I enjoyed the little bit of time that I played the demo, but I could see, I think I would agree with, if it's just the demo but more, I would agree with the $40, like wait till it's $40 before you buy.
Okay. All right.
The other thing I had was Hi-Fi Rush came on, released on PS5.
Nice.
So that's the second game, I think, now, because Pentiment's already on PS5.
How much is Pentiment, do you know?
I think it's 20.
Can we look that up?
Repeat again.
Yeah, it's $20.
Oh, okay. X got it. He was like, just asking how much Pentiment was, but it's 20.
Yeah, that's the second Microsoft game on PS5 now, Hi-Fi Rush. So next, I think if the order is the same, I think Sea of Thieves is next, and then Grounded.
This is very surreal to me.
I know. I love it. I'm excited though.
Yeah, I'm like, I also had read that article, the PlayStation CEO. He was like, any game that's worth like over 200 million, when you spend over 200 million, exclusivity like kills it. It's like it's Achilles heel, because you can't make up that profit when you've put that much money into a game. Like, you need to have this in as many hands as possible.
Right, as large as an audience as possible.
Exactly. And so we might start seeing a lot, like people, even like Sony, you start making these games like Spider-Man. I mean, I wonder how much they did, because they did release it for PC as well, but I'm not sure it didn't come out the same day. It was a little bit after, like a year after or something like that. But I don't think these games are going to be sustainable anymore just on console like they used to be. It's just not working. The same thing that goes with Final Fantasy VII that just released, and they talk about how much that game costs, and the games are getting bigger and they're getting less sustainable.
Only other thing I had was Palworld says coming soon, a new raid boss, or the first raid boss. So I can imagine how big that fight's going to be.
The first raid boss is coming?
Yes.
Okay. How many people can be in a raid?
I don't know, honestly. But yeah, there's no specific release date. It just says soon.
Oh, okay.
Looks pretty cool, though. It'll be a new PAL for you to collect as well, because you can capture the boss. So.
I'm glad that game is still doing well.
Yeah.
Keep doing. Let these indies keep popping up, and I want to see more people splitting off from like these major publishers and starting their own studios. I'm excited to see that. Anybody else have anything they would like to share? Any thoughts, opinions on what we've already talked about?
No, but you know what? Go ahead.
What's your opinion of all these new AAA studios opening up?
My thing is, I'm excited about it because it feels like not only are we as the gamers getting tired of like publishers, infecting these games with like their own crap, and like, because I really don't know if WB had a hand in how bad Suicide Squad was. We don't really know. Suicide Squad, it took 10 years for them to make, or 9 years for them to make, and yet this is what we receive at the end. I feel like a lot was cut out of this game to try and make it a live service game, and I feel like a lot of devs are getting to the point with not only their work being tampered with, but also not knowing if they're going to keep their job the next day, because you don't know if you're going to get laid off or not. This game comes out, it's not good, well, you may as well just put your badge up on the front counter when you leave that day, especially when you start seeing the reviews coming in, because you might just get laid off. The project that you've been working on for 9 years, hang it up. You're done. But I'm excited. The people that we used to love, like Bethesda, give me some more, like some ones that are just rock steady. Bethesda. What's another one that's fallen to the wayside? Anybody think?
So Ubisoft.
DICE. Ubisoft, absolutely. DICE, what I just said, yeah. All these titans that made me fall in love with gaming from the get-go. All those people that made up those studios have now left and created their own. So, and are now making the games that we love now. So, yeah, absolutely. Go ahead, split off.
Yeah, in addition to the new studios, I'm interested to see, I think we talked about this briefly last week, but what all these studios who are like parting from Embracer Group decide to do now.
Yeah, exactly. What was the name of that one? That
Saber Interactive is one of the big ones.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm excited for the future. I want more games like Helldivers, cooperative play, just games that are fun. I was playing with Ghost on the finals today, and I played one match, and well, first of all, when I signed on to the game, it hit me with, do I want the battle pass? Already, I'm irritated. I get in. This is hitting me with the banner asking me to buy the battle pass before I can even get to the start screen. No start screen, no, we want your money. And then I get in the game, we play for a couple of a round, and then I get out.
Got to a round. It was horrible.
Yeah. We finish the game, I come back out the menu, and guess what's in my face again? That banner asking me, do I want the battle pass? I got off. I got right off, went back on Helldivers.
Like
I'm tired of that.
Ubisoft Connect launcher, I swear, when I downloaded
Yes.
that. I was like, when we were trying the Skull and Bones open beta, and I got pop-up ad after pop-up ad for their games. So annoying.
Bro, it's annoying, and it's like I get it, you guys are free to play, but at the same time, it does not have to be like I would have rather have had to spend like $30 on this game than have to deal with that constantly in my face. But yeah, I'm just tired of like people constantly trying to get money out of me. It's different when it's not aggressive, like Helldivers, where you spend $2 or $3 here or there, or $10 for the pass, but then again, you can earn all those credits in game. I want more models like that.
Yeah, I think that goes along with like the annoyance for subscription services too, where I'd rather just pay an upfront single fee and just watch whatever I buy instead of having to subscribe to watch it.
Absolutely. And that's the same thing I feel about software as well, like Adobe Premiere Pro and all these. Like, bro, because I think back in the day, they used to be, what, $250 or something like that? Like somewhere in the hundreds.
Yeah, and what is
they were expensive, but at the same time, you're saving money. in comparison to like a what is it, $20 if you want. I'm not even sure $20 will get you everything. I think $20 just gets you Premiere Pro and Photoshop, maybe. But I think it's like $60 for everything with Adobe.
I don't know anyone who pays for Adobe products at this point.
I use it for Premiere Pro, but I got off of there. Now I just use my iPad. I paid $30 for LumaFusion, and I'm done.
The majority of people I know get it through other means. That's all I'll say.
I had to talk to you about that after the show. But I had actually some smaller stories. Everybody remembers that great movie, Dragon Ball Evolution.
Oh, yes.
The live-action Goku, the guy who played him, Justin Chatwin, he gave his goodbye by apologizing for making the movie in the first place. He said, "Rest in peace, brother, and sorry we messed that adaptation so badly."
Oh, my God.
But, you know, some good came out of that because we actually got Dragon Ball, Super out of that, so...
Yeah.
Can't really say. So he got more Dragon Ball content because he was so disgusted by what he saw. Giancarlo Esposito, everybody remembers him as the Breaking Bad villain who managed that Clucking Bell or whatever that's called in Breaking Bad, the little chicken spot in Breaking Bad. What's it called? El Pollos Locos? Is that what it was called?
I tell you, never seen it.
Oh my God. How do you not watch Breaking? I'm not getting into that. Anyway, he said he wants to play Professor X, but without the wheelchair. I'm sorry.
What?
Yeah, he said...
Oh, no.
We're not going that far off of source material. So.
He says he'd prefer to play a version of the character that doesn't use a wheelchair because sitting for days on end doesn't appeal to him.
Okay, well,
Well,
then
I'm
he
sorry,
shouldn't
sir.
play
Well,
it.
My character don't appeal to you then.
Exactly. You should not be playing the role then. You are a great actor. For those of you who do not know what I'm talking about, in here and out there, he is the villain that was on the cover for Fallout. Not Fallout.
Yeah, I know
Far
you're
Cry
talking about,
6. Yeah. He said he doesn't want to be sitting all the time.
Good.
Well, then don't play
He
the
doesn't need
character.
to- yeah. Maybe.
That's part of the character. And another thing, everybody was excited for the X-Men 97 show to come back. But the showrunner, has been fired a week before the premiere. Bo DeMayo was his name. According to the Hollywood Reporter, he just finished scripting season 2. I have not seen anything else since this reporting. I did see just a small snippet, and it said that he was very hard to work with. But that's all I read from the title. I didn't see anything else. But man, if he was the main guy writing for this show, are we expected to see a quality dip after season 2? It sucks that these people have so much talent, and I'm just going off of what they say. Sucks they have so much talent, but just such a headache to deal with on the other side. But yeah, man had money for. I mean, he could have had a job for years, but ain't no telling what happened behind the scenes.
You want to address the other comic book news earlier this week?
You can go ahead.
So the sequel for Batman 2 has been delayed, but for a further year.
I know you heated.
Unfortunately.
Tell us how you feel about that.
You can hear it in his voice. What you talking
I
about?
swear.
Slumped shoulders, looking down.
How do you
Huey.
feel, Huey?
Right.
No, sorry, you like that. Your voice has to like say again.
That's it. I'm getting off.
I said, how do you feel about that? What reasons did they give for pushing it back?
Oh, good ones.
So this is
Where I mean, I'm
Let's
perfectly
just know
fine.
it's not a good
It's
reason.
Delayed to 2026. That's the reason why. That's the date. It says so previously it got delayed because of the Hollywood strikes. So the writer's strike.
Yeah, I know that, but I probably just do some more polishing or redoing some scenes.
Yeah, in my opinion, I think this is absolutely ridiculous to me.
Well,
I
they
could
got to
make
get it
some
right,
noise.
Huey. You can't all
No.
have.
This is not good enough. This is not good enough at all. I'm sorry, but
You gotta let
I
them
mean-
get it right. You gotta let them. You gotta let them get it right. It's not like we don't have enough media to keep us entertained until that time. We're constantly being bombarded with stuff to watch.
yeah, but by the time it's 2026, that'll be like the next DC universe with James Gunn will already have started by the time the second Batman film arrives.
I mean, that's fine. I mean, it will be weird to have, this universe going on while I'm pretty sure they're going to get a new Batman for James Gunn's universe.
Yeah, Batman Brave and the Bold. That's the name of the
That'll be interesting to see. This is really weird to have two different Batman movies going on simultaneously. People will get confused. It'll be all right.
You can't.
I mean, I don't know who's gonna stop him, Huey.
No, but I just want to understand, like, how would you get confused with it? You just can't.
There are some brain dead morons.
It's like,
out there, Huey. 50% of the population doesn't have an inner monologue.
That's like someone getting confused by Joaquin Phoenix and Jared Leto as the Jokers.
You underestimate old people.
Right?
Like,
They'll
no
literally go
disrespect, but like my mom, if she would watch this, she would get confused. She would be like, "Why is there Batman again? Why does he look different? Why does he do this?" She would get confused.
And also, you got to think that these people aren't really following this stuff like we are.
Yeah, like some people just see Batman or whatever the DC movies called, and they're like, "I'll watch it."
Yeah, exactly.
They don't care what else there's out there of DC.
They're not all in the news, Huey, like we are, constantly picking through the muck to see what rises to the surface.
So it's funny. It's a bit annoying that it gets delayed for a year. You just have to wait an extra 2 years for it.
Well, maybe it'll give us more time, so we can fly out and we can go see it together.
All right.
Well, we catching flights?
We all gonna go see the Batman together, but I'm gonna have to pack some meals because the way I'm looking at some of the meals over there and in London, it's not looking good. I have to pack some spices, a whole box of spices.
My
to take with me.
Bro, you're talking about London. They have everything. You don't need spices in London. You just need the right place.
All right, well, we're gonna trust y'all to take us.
I know good places.
Okay, well,
Train the spices.
we'll hold you. I might just pack them just in case. Did you have anything else, Huey?
Yeah, there's a few articles that came up this week. So there's news, well, not news, but just a statement made for Cyberpunk for 2077. So the director states that it's pretty much done in regards to any, like, the game's done. The cycle for the game is done, but there'll be little updates made.
Okay.
And
I would hope so.
And there's still no new game plus. Still.
Just modded. I know it's still egregious that they don't have a new game plus because I'm pretty sure The Witcher had one. The Witcher 3 had one, but that's why you need to get that PC modded. You can mod it you can mod the character so it don't even feel like Cyberpunk anymore.
No, that.
So it's just I don't mod it to that degree, but I mod it for like immersion and stuff like that, like just small things that should be tweaked. I do mod it. There's like different weapons, the way the suits look, like helmets. Like there's a mod where kind of like similar how it works with GTA, where if you get on a bike, it automatically puts the helmet on. I put that mod on for Cyberpunk, stuff like that. Get a PC. That's all I gotta say.
All right. Next article. So next week there'll be 30 new games that will be upcoming for PS Plus Extra and for Premium. So some of the notable PS Plus Extra games for this month is NBA 2K24, Marvel's Midnight Suns, Resident Evil 3, Lego DC Supervillains, Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, and
That's a nice little list.
And then some of the premium games are Jack and Daxter, The Lost Frontier, Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney Trilogy, and a few other games. One PSP game, God's Eater Burst.
Plus extra or the premium?
No, so God's Eater Burst, that's for as a PSP, so that's a premium game.
Okay.
The Dragon Ball Z, Lego DC Supervillains, Resident Evil 3, Marvel's Midnight Suns, and NBA 2K24, those are for extra too.
Okay. All right.
Sounds good. Continue.
And one last article I found was, so there's the rumor of the PS5 Pro. So the rumor is it's going to be up to 3 times faster than the PS5, so the specs have been released.
Yeah, we'll rely on our tech.
Oh my gosh.
Our tech associate to actually do the testing on that to make sure it is exactly 3 times faster.
That's so vague. What is 3 times
I
faster?
swear,
mean?
we don't even know. I mean, that could.
I can give the. I was going to give the.
Go for it. Yeah, list.
Okay, so PS5 Pro was previously known as codename Project Trinity. So it'll be targeting improved and consistent FPS at 4K resolution, a new performance mode for 8K resolution, and accelerated ray tracing. So it confirms rendering 45% faster than PS5. This is 2 to 3 times faster with ray tracing, X4 times in some cases, 33.5 teraflops. Support for resolutions up to 8K is planned for future.
My eyes can't see past 4K. Sorry, I didn't interrupt you.
There's a custom machine learning architecture and a PSSR feature, which stands for PlayStation Spectral Super Resolution Upscaling.
Fancy. I'm sorry.
it's rumored to be released 2024 holiday.
Right before the GTA 6 drop.
That's the end of that.
Yeah. My thing is, only thing I care about is frame rate. I don't care about no 8K, how pretty you look. Give me 60 to 120, I'm happy. Only time I turn on ray tracing, I don't even care about ray tracing. I'll turn it on if I can still maintain 60 or higher.
Right, I agree.
As soon as that drops below 60, no, don't care. Give me my 60 frames per second. At minimum, I feel like that should be a minimum now on the PlayStation 5. I think Dragons, there's some games that operate in the 30 FPS. They're fine, but I think The Witcher was one of them. But still, I think the standard now should be 60 FPS and no lower.
Yeah,
because what would be the point in having these more power? I'm spending more money, so I should get better performance. I'm spending more money on games, so I should have better performance.
So in the leaked document, it says in the leaked document it's 33.5 teraflops for the PS5 Pro. So the the current PS5 currently has 10.28. So it says an article works out to a 45% rendering performance improvement over the PS5.
Yeah, we'll see. Teraflops can just be gobbledygook. They could mean nothing, so we'll see. I'm interested in their upscaling the PSSR. It's just so weird. It's like pisser or something.
PlayStation.
PlayStation the acronym.
PlayStation Spectral Super Resolution Upscaling.
Well, that's going to be like DLSS. It's going to be just like their upscaler. So that should help if they have that. Maybe that'll help with performance, and maybe that'll be something available for like every game. It won't have to be implemented like per game basis. Hopefully, I don't know. We'll see.
Is that DLSS? Is that like operated? Is that AI? Or if you're talking about upscaling, what exactly is going on during that process? Do you know?
Could you imagine
it basically, it's sort of like, I don't know if I'd say AI, but yeah, sort of like AI to basically guess. It's like a guesstimation. So instead of displaying every single thing at a native resolution, so you'll run it at a lower resolution, and then it'll guess based on those like missing pixels, I guess, from like 1080p to 4K. It'll take those missing pixels that would be there if you stretch it, and then like guess as to what it would look like if it was 4K. Does that make sense?
Okay. Well,
so let's say you have a straight line and then you stretch that out, and now you got gaps in between the straight line. It's gonna guess, okay, this line should continue here, and then insert those frames.
Oh, okay.
Or those, yeah.
Look at us. Just technology.
Oh my gosh.
It just always gets better.
Yeah, they work pretty well. It's just certain scenes they'll struggle with like a lot of movement, or sometimes like rain or particle effects. It can struggle with stuff like that. But generally speaking, I feel like DLSS is the best one. That's NVIDIA's, but they've had the longest time to like perfect it. So AMD is playing catch up. FSR is pretty good, but it's not as good. And Intel's brand new. Theirs is XeSS, I think is the name of it. But theirs is pretty good too. Like for someone brand new into the GPU game, like theirs is actually pretty good. So let's see what PlayStation can do with it. I'm not going to complain for more options for upscaling. You get better performance always because you're literally running it at a lower resolution and just upscaling.
Yeah.
Which is like, I don't know, your TV probably does this. I mean, a lot of TVs, newer TVs, if you play something below 4K, it'll upscale it to 4K for you. So even if you're watching 1080p, it'll look better than normal 1080p.
Oh, the more you know.
I probably will buy the PS5 Pro.
You know you will.
I ain't lying. $100 headset wearing. Let me get out of here.
He will be all over.
I swear, anybody have any last thoughts on what we've discussed? Anybody have anything they want to share with the group? Any guilty pleasures?
Oh my gosh.
Sorry, no, but Classic keeps going out. No, that's all I have for this week.
Okay. Well, thank you guys for showing up. And more importantly, thank you guys for listening. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you never miss an episode. Make sure to check out our other videos on the channel. We are actually striving towards consistency now. But just make sure you check out our other videos and give us some points, some tips on how we can improve for you. We'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.